It's an honor to be here. Thank you to everybody for sharing this space. I was born in Saigon, Vietnam, shortly after the American war there that killed about 3 million of my people. I stand firmly with Palestine and the people of Gaza. I had the honor of living in Palestine for 2 years in 1993 to 1994 and from 1996 to 1997 because of what I saw was happening back then in Gaza and continues to happen. I'm going to read 2 of my poems, but first I want to begin with a short poem by Palestinian poet Mosab Abu Toha. Hard exercise. In Gaza, breathing is a task. Smiling is performing plastic surgery on one's own face, and rising in the morning, trying to survive another day, is coming back from the dead. This poem I wrote around 2010. Is based on a documentary I saw called The Gaza Strip. And this is about white phosphorus. Eternity in Gaza, Khan Yunis refugee camp, 2001. When the canisters fell, they were ready, thinking more tear gas, but a white cloud flowered above, then changed colors and emitted a sweet odor that made them want to breathe in, the way one breathes in the smell of sweet tea. The color darkened until it looked like a burning, and people ran to put out what they thought were fires on their neighbors' rooftops. Muscles began to cramp, constricting, as if from the bite of a scorpion. A woman dropped her child as she scratched herself in a fit of convulsions. A father attempted to hold down his son, who flailed and moaned until he fell into a coma. The teenagers who played with the canisters, who taunted their apparent harmlessness, shrieked and shook in pain for weeks. The doctors had never seen anything like this before. The villagers had never seen anything like this before. The convulsions came like waves for an entire month, and family members who sat and cried at bedside wailed in pain almost as much as the victims, who looked like rabied dogs. Some visitors were stunned silent, their eyes inward, heads tilted to the side, as if not looking would somehow make it not be truly happening. In a laboratory far away were beakers, scientists in white gloves and goggles, microscopes and gloves. At the end of the day, they went home to their wives, and wives to their husbands. The tables were set, the dinner was ready, warm and steaming, and the children swung their legs beneath the table. This next poem I wrote after watching the news. This was about 2015. It's based on what I saw on TV and also my own experience. The most blood I remember seeing was when I gave birth to my son. The blood covered his small body and dribbled out of mine. And then the doctor pulled the placenta out from within me. It was covered with my blood. I had never seen so much blood outside of my body, itself creating another human being. And somehow, this brought me great joy and also great fear. It must be the first step to losing and parting. This must be the greatest fear in my first experience of separating from something that was such a part of me that my cells themselves created him. I remember seeing so much blood when I watched the news, and the Palestinian child running among rubble after bombings was covered in blood, and I wondered if it was the blood of his mother. I'd like to end with a short poem by Palestinian poet Fady Joudah. Sunbird. I flit from gleaming river to glistening sea, from all that we to all that me, fresh east to salty west, southern sweet and northern free. There is a lake between us and aquifers for cactus and basins of anemone from the river to the sea. From womb to breath and one with oneness I be, from the river to the sea. Thank you.
Thank you.